Hi, I'm Luma. Today I am on the island of Iona. It's in the far west of Scotland, and this island is known for its ancient stones. Some of the most ancient stones on the planet are to be found here on the Isle of Iona. It is known as a place of spiritual pilgrimage, of learning, of the foundation of early Christianity in this part of the world, and a big spiritual Christian community. Crofters, those that raise sheep, and it's a very small island. You have to take a small little ferry from the Isle of Mull. So it's 2 ferry rides to get here from the mainland of Scotland. And the Isle of Iona is really only a mile or so long. But there's so much here. There's so much here. And I feel right at home because I'm right by the sea, surrounded by this incredible sea. And on a sunny day, the sea is a gorgeous, gorgeous turquoise color, and there's white sandy beaches. So, and it's a place of magic, of mystery, of high frequencies. Um, so I just want to share a little bit of the background of where I am with you today as I'm completing my 2-month adventure and epic journey through England, Ireland, and Scotland. So themes that I've been noticing as I've been on my travels and speaking with people and tuning in and listening at the collective level and the personal level. So I'm calling this video a state of emergence, the state of emergence, and how to navigate ourselves to maintain a state of emergence and not fall into a state of emergency. Okay, because there's a lot of chaos in the world. There's a lot of incoherence. There's so much surfacing, so much change, and the change is happening very quickly. And a lot of structures, our human structures, our mental structures, emotional structures, our physical structures, and our bodies, and the structures by which we live our lives are really almost squealing and screeching at a high-pitched frequency because they just have lost the capacity to adapt to change. So how do we maintain a state of emergence? So what do I mean by emergence? It's being in that, what I call like where the deep wellspring of creation just starts to bubble up. And you know, I've visited many sacred wells, rivers, springs, and lakes on this trip. And to honor the source of when something just starts to appear and bubble up, and it's very soft and gentle. It's not a huge gush and rush of water. It can be very, very humble. So those humble beginnings of new life. So staying attuned with that inner wellspring within yourself, that inner source of creation expressing through you and as you, and staying close to that, refreshing yourself as you do if you're dried out and parched and you need a sip of water. Yeah, if your nervous system's fried and you cannot ground yourself, that's a good sign to take a pause, to come inward. To refresh yourself. So I'm talking on that emergence, what's emerging through you, what's that new movement. We're all feeling the push of that and the clinging to the old because it's familiar, it's what we've always known. And so staying in this close and and very difficult place to be in of the excitement, the unknown of the new, what's emerging, and the pressure to change, where it places in ourselves where we just are stretched and we really don't have the capacity to change, and we're feeling fried. Yeah, our nervous systems are fried. We've got too much of a charge running through our system. That's those high frequencies. Yeah. So again, as I always say, get out in nature. Get out in nature. And I want to share with you here the stones and the rock formations here on this Isle of Iona are extraordinary. They're said to be 2 billion years old. 2 billion years old. So I was walking with this inquiry around, what is my capacity to change? What is the capacity of the collective consciousness of humanity to change? What is the capacity of our human structures to change? And we think of change often as something that's happening very quickly. And to be able to adapt to change, we must move quickly and faster. But what I'm being shown and taught here by these 2 billion year old stones, and I'll post some pictures up of these stones on my Telegram channel, so please have a look there, that they adapt to change really slowly. They've been here, and there's almost like the whole history of the earth itself is in these ancient stones. It's said that these stones existed before there were any other life forms on the planet, that there's no fossils that are found in these stones. And so what is it in these stones that have weathered all of the changes, all of the upheavals, all of the appearances and disappearances of the many, many life forms here on the planet? As I was sitting here with these stones, witnessed the appearance of humans. Maybe they will witness our disappearance. There's just something soothing here that we've been seeing, that our existence here has been witnessed, and it's here in these ancient stones. So there's something about the stones that actually have this a high capacity to weather change. Yeah, something to sit with. So I would recommend, if you go sit with some stones, find a pebble and just hold it and feel how that stone has been changed and rolled in waters, or moved by glaciers and shaped and formed, and to feel that bigger history unfolding, to feel this perpetual state of emergence that's always occurring here on this earth, and that it's so slow we can't even see it sometimes, and in our human capacity it feels so fast we just want it to slow down. So somewhere in this range here, there's a way to find a way to ground out any kind of excessive charge buildup in your nervous system by being with stones, the grounding. What I've really noticed at my time here in Scotland, and there's not just here on Iona, but all through Scotland, really, it's really an ancient part of the earth, the stones, the mountains here. And there's a way in which my system can deeply ground here when I tune into that ancientness of the earth here. This real ancient earth magic. There's a mirthfulness in here too as well. It's not all heavy. It's not all serious. You know? So be very kind with yourself around where you have the capacity to make some changes and where you just don't right now, where you just need to keep the job that you're in. You need to stay in the relationship that you're in. You need to stay in the home that you're in. And don't be hard on yourself. It's like there's a lot of instability. So wherever it is that you need to maintain some stability, to ground again that kind of discombobulating charge that can build up in your system, you have to give yourself permission to have some of those old structures, some of those old familiar things that are carrying you forward, while other parts of you are going through a deep inner transmutation, transformation, transfiguration. So there's this real balance between structure, old structure, it's starting to disintegrate. New structures are just beginning to emerge, and some are already here. Yeah, it's quite a dance, quite a lot to be navigating. And as I've been traveling here also, as I've mentioned before, many of my ancestors have come from these lands, England, Ireland in particular, some from Scotland also too. And feeling those layers, those compacted layers of history here, you know, of the incredible hardships, the incredible atrocities that our ancestors from these lands. If you have God everywhere in the world, wherever your ancestors are from, there's been such hardship that's been faced, and yet an endurance too, some kind of strength, something gets refined through the pressure, through the hardship, that continues forward, that shines brighter. And so there's also to claim, let's say, the spiritual gifts or the spiritual tools of that which has endured intense pressure. And again, coming back to the stones, of the tremendous amount of pressure when you think of volcanoes and lava, and how the way rocks are explained to come into formation. You could use magical ways of explaining how rocks come into formation as well, but to see the beauty of that also too, and to see the beauty of that in yourself, wherever you have faced hardship, wherever you are going through inner turmoil, turbulence, yeah, to give yourself some shelter at times from the turbulent storms. And another theme I'm noticing here in my travels is there's been a lot of rain here, a lot of rain. The weather's been really cool, while it's been really hot and burning on fires in other parts of the world. And so what I'm noticing when it's, oh God, last night it was just pouring rain sideways, backwards, up. It was and just gale force winds. And at times we just need shelter from the storm. And so to give yourself permission to have that, while I'm here in Scotland, it's get inside a cozy place, get inside a stone cottage, is really secure, and have some scones with cream and tea, have some rich fat foods. I really see why that's part of the culture and part of the diet here, that you need that kind of nourishing warmth and fat to keep you going, and to endure the storms, to endure the weather, to keep going. Yeah. All right, I'm just going to pause here and just tune in, see if there's anything else here that would be useful to be sharing today. Yeah, so again, the importance of whatever it is that you can do to maintain a calm and grounded nervous system, so that when you encounter the turbulence, when you're encountering places within you that are rubbing up against needing to change, not quite ready to change, something new emerging, when you're encountering that in the collective field, you're encountering that with friends, family, loved ones, co-workers, to respect that we all have different capacities and rates of change. We all have a different capacity to be mutable, to mutate, to adapt, I may have a capacity to adapt quickly in one area and very little in another area, and that might be different for other people, So as a way of, if you are feeling that urge to change and moving forward, that is a service to others. If you're feeling squished and held and confined in other pressure, maybe you're working through something at a really deep level, and you don't even know what it is, and you're just in it, and you just keep going. So that's what I wish you, is like that endurance, the endurance to just keep going, to just weather the storm. Gosh, the sun's coming out here again. I'm going to pop back out and look at that beautiful turquoise water, and to bring in some of that beautiful, the blue frequencies of the water, the turquoises, the deep indigo blues. Those are really calming and grounding colors. Also, the green, beautiful, beautiful, deep, rich emerald greens. Gosh, the heavenly purples of the thistles and the heather here in Scotland. Those beautiful, beautiful, soothing colors. So I send blessings from this blessed isle, where apparently let's just say the veils are very thin between the worlds here. There's a lot of subtle energies, beautiful, ancient, deep, ancient earth magic energies here. So much I don't even have words for. So I'm just doing my best to transmit this through the energy field to you wherever you are, and blessings on your journey and your pilgrimages wherever you are. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for sharing. Bye for now.